So thanks, Kevin. It was nice to have a quick chat with you. I know this was supposed to be a short meeting, but I actually have a couple more minutes. So I was wondering if we could just go over time and chat now to go over your compensation.
Oh no, I just kicked off prod deploy. I can't say no to the CTO. What if he wanted to give me a raise? I can't miss out on that. But I need to babysit this deployment. What if something goes wrong? What about the folks waiting to deploy after me? Can't keep them waiting forever. Yeah, works fine, Chris.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, Kevin, myself and the senior leadership have been discussing, your contributions and your quality of work recently, and we think you're doing, Kevin, everything okay? You seem a bit distracted.
Oh, yeah, all good. Sorry, just trying to keep an eye on my prod deploy.
Oh, okay, okay. That's all good. In that case, I have some time next quarter to chat as well. So maybe we'll move this chat to that time, and we can chat about your compensation increase at that point in time.
Oh, okay.
As you can see here, I have my awesome PR that's ready for the master branch in the Rails app. Let's go over how Totembot works and how it can help you automate your deployment workflow. Totembot is a Slack bot that provides you with simple commands that you can issue to manage your place in the deployment queue, and also provides you with automated notifications with information about the status of your ongoing deployments. Totembot works using the concept of locks or totems. In order to deploy code to a particular project, you need to acquire the totem for that project. Only the person currently owning the totem can deploy code to production for that project. In order to see which projects Totembot supports, you can issue the totems command from any Slack channel that Totembot is added to. For today's demo, we'll use the Rails app as our project of choice since it's the most common and the most painful application to deploy to production. So let's go to our channel here, Totembot Demo. As you can see, Totembot has already been added to this channel. In order to acquire a totem, you can issue the acquire command. This command takes in two arguments. One is the name of the totem that you'd like to acquire, and the next is a message to describe your deployment. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the acquire command. I want to acquire the Rails totem, and I'm going to say readme updates. So as you can see, if no one else is currently owning the totem, you'll get assigned the totem, and a message will be sent out to the entire channel informing everyone that you are now the owner of that particular totem. If someone else currently owns the totem, you'll get a message informing you of the current owner, and you'll be able to call dibs. So the dibs command is another command that this bot supports. It's used to call dibs on a totem. It takes in a single argument, which is the name of the totem you wish to acquire. You'll then be added to the queue and notified automatically by Totembot when it's your turn to deploy. So for this example, and for illustration purposes, let's assume that right after this deployment, I need to go solo and deploy another change. So in this case, I can issue the dibs command, and I can call dibs on Rails so that I can make sure that I'm the one going right after this deployment. So as you can see, a message has been posted here indicating that I am next up for the totem Rails to go for deploying. If you're interested in seeing what the current status of the queue is, that is, how many people are ahead of you waiting to deploy, then you can issue a dibs status command, and Totembot will tell you exactly who is in the queue and what order they are up in. You can then use this info to ask one of those people to include your changes in their deploy, perhaps. So let's take a look. If I go dib status and go Rails, then it'll tell me privately that up next is Shreyas. So now that I've acquired the Rails totem, I can start my deployment. To do so, I will just merge my PR to master. So going back here, go down, and voila, merge this to the master branch. Awesome.
15 minutes later.
Hey, I'm back. You didn't realize I was gone, but for the past 15 minutes, I was not paying attention to Semaphore at all. I was enjoying myself, just doing some other work. But now I'm back, and voila. As we can see in Slack, I've now received a message from Totembot. When the tests pass on our pipeline, Totembot automatically sends me a personalized DM in Slack with a link to the Semaphore pipeline where I can go and now promote my deploy. So I've seen my pipeline test pass. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, this is looking great. So let's just go ahead and promote this.
Some time later.
Oh, hey again. I just went to have some lunch. I didn't have to worry about bothering keeping an eye on semaphore, so I just thought I'd step away for a bit. But I'm back. And guess what? My deployment was successful. And when it is successful, Totembot will notify you by sending you a DM in Slack informing you that the post actions and the deploy is complete and reminding you to verify your changes in production and then finally release your totem. Releasing the totem is the last step of the process. So if we go back up here, once we're done, we would want to release the totem that we currently are acquiring. So by issuing the release command for the Rails totem, I can release it, and then automatically Totembot will assign the totem to whoever was up next in the dibs queue. So as we saw, I had called dibs to go after this once again. So now I'm now the owner of that Rails totem. Now, in this case, everything went fine and smoothly. But what if something goes wrong? Well, Totembot will also notify you on release failures, similar to the release notifications that currently exist for the staging branch, except this will work on production. So you'll receive a notification that looks something like this, indicating the exact step, the exact issue that happened, and then telling you what you can do next to help resolve the issue as well. So there you have it, Totembot in action, helping to automate the deployment end-to-end and relieving you of any sort of babysitting duties that you had to do previously. I'd like to take a moment to thank the folks involved in this project. First, thank you, Graham, for all your work on the AWS side of things and for the infrastructure setup. Next, thank you, Ollie, who's no longer with us at Thinkific, but for your work on the initial portions of this project when we started it a couple Blue Sky weeks ago. Special shout out to Ben and Judy for your insights and helping make this product better. And finally, thank you, Kevin, for your work on troubleshooting